Highlight, and former D1 coach and ESPN radio host Bob Valvano is here to go through it with us. How are you, Bobby?
Oh, I'm ready. This was a great game. Let's get to it.
Let's do it indeed. Hoosiers unranked in the preseason, but number 10 this week. Here taking on number 11, Mateen Cleaves. Of course, the broken foot making his first start. And here Cleaves with the assist inside. Al Anaganye hits that hook, and Cleaves passing Scott Skiles for the all-time Spartan assist lead with 646. Michigan State up 12-11 here. Morris Peterson foul line. Jason Richardson there, the miss. Richardson pumping that down. Bob, everything better with the point guard back, too, for Michigan State.
He does so much. He creates turnovers, always pushing the ball. Here you see him always looking ahead. Find Charlie Bell, who certainly can finish. And then you'll see Cleaves with the good hands in the lane, comes up with it, and again, fronts the ball to Bell, who knows what to do with it, and finishes again on the break. Now watch Cleaves create at the end of the half. Drives, Bell spots up, gets a great look at it, knocks down the three.
And still close. Spartans up 31-28 at the half. Bobby, second half now. Cleaves getting the outlet here, pushing up to Charlie Bell. Bell flying in on the layup. Guyton is there, A.J. Guyton. No, you can't do that. You can do a lot of things, but you can't do that. Bell with 22, Bob.
Look at the replay. Look at how 6'1" Guyton way above the block. Reminded me of my playing days, at least in my dreams.
I wish I'd seen that. Hoosiers down 39-32. Guyton, offense, 9 for 22. Took a lot of shots, 4 for 9 from 3. Hits again. Hoosiers 7 for 13 from 3. He had 28 points. Indiana trying to pull away. Jared Odell, footwork in here, up and under. Banker, a 7-0 run. Hoosiers by 5. Michigan State down 6. Just under a minute and a half to go. A.J. Granger with the 3. He had 13. 35.7 seconds left. Save score here. It's a three-point game. Michael Lewis, no, missing that 1-and-1. So no, Coach Valvano, you're down 3. What do you do?
Plenty of time to go to the basket. Just what Michigan State does. Drive, try and get a 2, and then maybe foul, but they get a bonus. They get a foul on the basket with a chance to tie.
And Tom Izzo looking for his 100th win there. Fired up there, but he missed the free throw. And then 15 seconds left. Bob, what do you do here?
Well, the clock starts to wind down here. Watch Morris Peterson work free, but look at this terrific shot. Going to his right with the left hand in his face, drills the 3.
Morris Peterson, unreal, 62-62 after a turnover. Cleaves almost ends it there, but we're going to overtime. Incredible, almost ended it with that half-court shot in OT. Spartans up 3. Andre Hudson going that in, knocks it down. Michigan State up 5, and that'd just about do it. All Spartans, Bob.
Well, the thing is, Mateen Cleaves says he's only playing about 80%. I'll tell you, this looks a little bit higher than 80%. In the lane, going to his left, made all the tough shots, all the big plays. If that's only 80% of Cleaves, look out for the rest of the country.
Michigan State stealing one back, taking out the Hoosiers in overtime. Tom Izzo, you saw him there.
Would like to beat Kentucky before he goes to the NPA. Porter in the lane, gets it, feeling it. Auburn up 9. Second half, Kentucky down 1 on the break. Great passing. Jules Kamara finding Keith Bogans. Wildcats were up 1. Later in the second, Auburn within 3. Porter ahead of the pack. And Auburn down 1. Porter hurt his elbow on that play. Obviously in pain, but Porter would gut it out and play this game very hurt. We're tied at 59. Mamadou Ndiaye. Porter skies for the putback. He kicks the door in with a season-high 22 points and 13 boards. We have a tie game under 30 seconds to go. Doc Robinson, he scored only 10 points, but this was his biggest bucket. A 3-pointer to put Auburn up 3. Kentucky, one last chance. Saul Smith getting in position, has a shot, misses it. Jamal McGlure at 16 points, can't put it back, and it wouldn't matter anyway because it would just be a 2 unless he was fouled. And Auburn wins it by 3. For Auburn, the Tigers beat Kentucky for the first time in 15 meetings. Of the 7 times Auburn has played Kentucky as the higher-ranked team, this marked the first time the Tigers came away with a win against
West Virginia has played 13 times and has yet to be at home once. Asbestos problems have closed down the West Virginia Coliseum, so the Mountaineers have barnstormed around the state, playing at Fairmount State College, the Wheeling Civic Center, and the Charleston Civic Center. Charleston, what you call off campus, 160 miles away. Look out! Etan Thomas with the block. He had 5 of them. Tony Bland ahead. He was 8 for 15 shooting. Second half, meantime. Lionel Armstead, backdoor, floating in. He had 12 points, 5 assists. Mountaineers within 2, but Syracuse too tough. Alley-oop. Etan Thomas and Ryan Blackwell. Thomas 14 points, 15 boards. Orangeman putting it away. Bland stealing this one. Bland with a career-high 22 points. Syracuse 76-63. And Syracuse still the only unbeaten team in D1, 12-0, 3-0. And Oklahoma, Eduardo Nahara from 3. 18 points, 10 boards for Nahara. J.R. Raymond from 3. Still in the first half. This is Oklahoma. Now Hollis Price steals the ball, saves it. Raymond, the reward, puts up the 3, nails the 3. 6 for 9 from 3 for Raymond. 20 points for him. Sooners hoisting 11 for 26 from deep. Nahara the steal. Price will get it. He had 15. Oklahoma 76-43. Baylor coach Dave Bliss making his first trip back to Oklahoma. He coached the Sooners in the late.
Xavier beat the Bearcats by 2, and Gonzaga came within 7 points of victory. North Carolina 9. All that aside, Cincy has won all its games by double digits. Said Green Wave coach Perry Clark, we've got to find some defense to stop them. Conference USA action you're watching now. First half, Cincinnati came out lethargic. Kenny Satterfield cannot connect with DeMar Johnson. And frustration setting in for the Bearcats. Jermaine Tate and Batari Marsh. A little slap. No text given. Still in the first half, Tulane up 3. Trello Galloway. Baseline. Cincy trailing at the half for only the second time all season and by 9 points. But Kenyon Martin came alive in the second half. Brings Cincinnati within 2, and then Cincinnati up 61-54 at this juncture when Martin gets free, top of the key. And Cincinnati comes back for the win. Down 9 at the half, Martin said he told his teammates, I'm not losing again. There is no way we're not going out back there and win. And then Martin walked the walk, scoring 16 of his 27 career-high points after halftime. He also had 13 boards for his 3rd straight double-double. Cincinnati has won 7 in a row. ACC action, Georgia Tech at Duke. First half, Tech keeping it close. Alvin Jones, nice power move, 19 points, 13 boards. Tech down 5 at the half, but the second half, Shane Battier took things over, showing a little fire, mixing it up with Jones, and now responding on the offensive end. Jason Williams for 3-0. Battier, big finish. Duke up 62-48. Battier started the game 0 for 6 from 3, but didn't finish that way. 19 for Shane Battier, who scored 10 points in Duke's 16-4 run to break the game open. Battier scored 14 of his 19 after halftime as Duke won its 7th straight over Georgia Tech, 12th straight overall, 25th straight regular season conference game, and 43rd in a row at Cameron Indoor, where the Jackets have lost 23 of their last 27. The Heels at Wake Forest. Second half, Carolina up 33-25, just under 14 minutes to go. That's when things sort of changed. Brendan Haywood puts UNC in control up 10, but then with 10 minutes to play, Demon Deacons down 2. Josh Howard for 3. Wake's first lead since 10-8. Robert O'Kelly missed his first 11 shots. And then he picked things up at the 14-minute mark. Going the other way, part of a 28-9 Wake run. And Wake Forest wins it. O'Kelly scored all 18 of his points in the last 14.25 minutes.
Kansas in the house, Scooter Berry built second half. Jayhawks rolling. Kenny Gregory is loose. He had a dozen, but KU missed 10 of his first 13 shots in the second half and left the door open for the Cats to battle back. Kelvin Howell. Oh, that's just getting it done, and 1. He had 11 points in a 13-2 K-State run late in the second half. K-State within 3 and more showing off. Josh Kim, and the lead is all the way down to 1, and Roy Williams feeling the pressure. His players apparently were not, particularly Eric Chenoweth. 22 for Big Eric to go with 17 boards. Free throw would put Kansas up by 4. And the
Up just 4 in the second half when Dan Lange shows why he's the SEC's leading scorer. Beats the triple team. 2-point game, Vols answer back. Isaiah Victor cleaning up the mess. Vols lead to 4. Vandy's next possession, James Strong, 3 in the corner. It's a 1-point game. $1:20 to go. Greg LaPointe's shot rejected by Charles Hathaway, but goaltending's called, and Vanderbilt has a 1-point lead. Less than 2 seconds. Vincent Yarborough's 3. Oh! And Dan Lange's 31 points paces the Commodores to a 3-point victory.
In the Big Ten, the team built a 7-point lead in the second half, but they can't handle Mike Robinson, who followed Carson Cunningham-Smith. Boilers down 59-55. Here's more Robinson, an Illinois native. Follows, puts it home. Purdue on top 63-61, and then Citizen Payne. Brian Cardinal misses, but Robinson's there again. 9 offensive boards, 8 straight points. Boilers by 5. Closing ticks. If Illinois is down late, you know Frankie Williams is launching, and it would not go down. Down against Ohio State not long ago. He missed a couple earlier. It makes him 1-3 on last-second shots. And Purdue and Gene Cady spring the upset, 69-66. Purdue's seniors have never lost to Illinois. Cardinal and Mike Robinson both played high school basketball in Illinois. In fact, Cardinal's dad is the Illinois team trainer, so they boo him every time he touches the ball. Out to the Pac-10, UCLA and SC early in the first half. Jeff Trepanier rising and baptizing over people. I inadvertently sounded like Clyde Frazier there. USC by 2. Still in the first half, Earl Watson skying for the rejection of Brandon Granville. USC up by 13 at the break, and then it's Morph Trapani showing out with a career-high 26. And SC breaks a 10-game losing streak to UCLA with a 91-79 victory. Bruin should have seen this coming, Rich.
LSU in Florida. Second half, Gators running freshman Justin Hamilton to Udonis Haslem. Oh, what a finish. Gators up 54-32. Hamilton, one of the freshmen you really don't hear much about, coming off the bench, 14 points, first time in his young career he hit for double digits. Gators from the outside, Teddy Dupay. Teddy's going to see him through. Gators up 25 and go on a win by a ton. The Gators blew the doors off LSU, which turned it over 23 times while dishing out just 7 assists. Late second half, the lead's cut in half. Paul McPherson tips the errant pass. Rashawn Burno, the hoop and foul to Paul down just 2, 57-55. But Marquette just too strong. Good ball movement. Wardle dishes to Aloma Namaka for the finish, and Marquette's a 9-point winner.
He starts off screaming, "This is my house!" Now you're a head coach. That's what he was doing. Come out here, off the Washington miss. Eddie House, coast to coast. He will get his shots. Up and in. Never up, never in. 29 points in the game for Eddie House. Still in the first. Arizona State freshman Sean Redditch here. Driving. Nicely done. Layup at 22 points. Arizona State led by 10 at the half. Second half, more from Eddie House. Never up, never in. Wildcats with the win. House 18 for 30 in that 61-point game. 13 for 30 this time around. But Kareem, then Lou Alcindor, had just 20 the game following his 61-pointer back. Editor's embellishment, possibly. Later in the first half, Jarrett Stevens with the steal, going up for the layup, and much quieter. 22 points, so a game high for Jarrett Stevens. Still in the first half, Joe Crispin pulling up here. Deep, but close enough. He had 14. Lions up by 21. They win at 82-49.
State. Redshirt freshman Luke Walton moved into the starting lineup in his spot, and quite frankly, Arizona could not have asked for a more accommodating opponent. UA had a 28-game winning streak going in against Wazoo, and the Cougars hadn't won in Tucson since the Ronald Reagan presidency, read 1984. There's Luke Walton getting the start. Headbands. Remember Jefferson, who's out 8 weeks with that broken foot. And first half, Zona up 6. I think Luke looks like Big Daddy Bill with the headband. 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Until first half, Mike Bush drives, and Lauren Wood says, "I reject you, Mike Bush." Bush tries again, and Wood says, "Mike Bush, you are denied." Later first half, Cougars down 3. Poor Zona defense. Chris Crosby just cuts right to the hoop and lays it in. He had 14. Cougars up 1 at the half. Second half, though, the Wildcats up 5. Gilbert Arenas, this is what they call home court advantage. Friendly rim. He had 11. Later, Zona up 13, and Eddie Miller decides to challenge Lauren Woods, and he ends up just like Mike Bush, another rejection. Woods, a school record 10 block shots. He also had a career-high 25. Arizona goes on to win by 5, 80-75. The 29th straight win over Wazoo, not an easy one. Said Lute Olson of the headbands his team wore, quote, "The headbands compress their brains." That's not good. Stanford and Oregon State. Eddie Payne and Oregon State looking for their 4th straight victory over top 10 team at home. First half, Oregon State up by 2, and things were looking good. Clifton Jones hits the jumper. They hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Oregon up 4. Then Oregon State up 4. Then Stanford came back. Michael McDonald and David Mosley. Stanford up by 8. And then they're up by 11 when McDonald hits David Mosley. Stanford ends the half on a 17-2 run. Second half, more the same. Oregon State scoreless for the first 5.5, and Casey Jacobs says it's time to shine. It's a deep 3, and look, it's deja video. Another one. Stanford by 14, and he wasn't done yet. This time, the precocious freshman goes off the glass with the kiss. He had 16, and Stanford wins 73-45. Cardinal use a 29-2 run to cruise past Oregon State. Stanford leads the nation in field goal percentage defense, and it showed. The Beavers shot just 28% from the field.
Vogler there lost to Syracuse by 47 last time, but Herbert Lee Davis, timing is everything. Dumping that down, came out of midair. Gamecocks up by 4. They would lead 33-28 at the half. Boeheim in a bit of trouble. Jason Hart, though, knocking down the 3. He was 3 for 5 from 3. Syracuse up by 2. Later, Tony Kitchings at the line. Free throw missed. No. Antonio Grant tipped it in. We're tied at 59. Last chance in regulation for the Orange. Ryan Blackwell, had a good look. Couldn't hit it. Going to overtime. More on that in a moment. Syracuse up 2 in OT. Hart to Tony Bland here. Bland has had a great week. 12 points, knocks down the 3. Orange been up 64-59. Gamecocks trying to stay in it. Herbert Lee Davis nailing the 3 this time. He was 2 for 7 from 3, had 20. Syracuse by 4, couple of seconds left. Aaron Lucas, tough jumper. He also had 12 assists, so it's a 2-point game. After a free throw, it's a 3-point game. This, Herbert Lee Davis. No, would have been a perfect highlight. Almost had everything. Syracuse up to 13-0. Although it was news to Jim Boeheim, he said at the end of regulation, started walking toward Eddie Fogler to shake his hand. Said, Boeheim, it was the only time in my life I didn't know what the score was. I thought he lost. Boeheim has now won 6 straight in overtime, going back to the 1996 NCAA tournament. To the Big Ten, Buckeyes and Badgers. Badgers up 14-9 in the first half. Kirk Penny going up, and the foul. He got it. Wisconsin leading by 3 at the half. Second half tied at 40. Scooney Penn, Ohio State, baseline jumper, got it. Buckeyes up by 2. Later in the second half, Badgers down 45-42. Penny from 3, good angle, tied at 45. Minute and change, tied at 51. Penn gets this with the left hand. He had 14 points. 9.7 to go. Wisconsin down 2. Badgers with the final play. Look at Michael Redd covering Penny one-on-one. A fight through the pick. No, staying with him. No, staying with him. And now the hand in his face and alters the shot. No, that won't go either. And the Buckeyes take a tough one. Defensive battle, 53-51. First road win of the year for Ohio State. Wisconsin had beaten the first 3 ranked teams to show up in Madison. Badgers fall to 9-6.